Hi, it's Katerina here from the Stamp.com, and today we will make this card. So I think it's fantastic. Have a lot of dimension, texture, and it's really easy to make. You don't need to have a cutting and embossing machine to do this. One thing I use to make this card is actually the leaf punch, but you can fuzzy cut the leaves if you want. It's not so difficult to cut. So you can see all the products we will use today. Stamp set is Painted Harvest with this beautiful sunflower and timeless textures. We will use Pear Pizzazz, So Saffron, Soft Suede and Sahara Sand cardstock, Leaf Punch, which is coordinated with Painted Harvest, also Pearls, some scraps of Whisper White for flower and leaf. I will use block D and block A. Also the piece of ribbon, it's about 8 inches, 20 centimeters. Shimmery white cardstock, dimensionals, soft suede piece, Pear Pizzazz piece, and the base for the card is from Crumb Cake. So this is the kind of craft cardstock. And I also will use the scissors and the bone folder. So let's go. Okay, so first thing we will do, we take the scrap piece of Whisper White and we will stamp the leaves and the flower. Then I will take my Pear Pizzazz piece and I will stamp using this stamp from Timeless Texture all around using second generation stamping. It means you need to stamp on your scrap paper first and then on the cardstock. Then I will take my shimmery white piece of cardstock and I will use soft suede with this stamp from Timeless Texture. Then I will use the same stamp with Sahara Sand. Then I will use this stamp from Timeless Texture using soft suede. But I off stamping 2 times and then I stamp on my piece of cardstock. So it looks like this. On the end I will stamp using this stamp set using all 3 colors, which is soft suede, Pear Pizzazz and Sahara Sand. Now I will go back to Painted Harvest stamp set and I use this long sentiment. I will ink only the words thanks and I will stamp directly using soft suede on the cardstock 3 times. You can stamp more if you want. And also I will stamp thanks on the center of this flower using also soft suede. On the end I will stamp center of the flower using Sahara sand or soft suede, it depends what you like, and I will also add some very light dots using this small stamp, and I will like off stamping once or twice even to have this very light dots in the center of the flower. Okay, so we finished with stamping, and the next step is to fuzzy cut our sunflower. So to do that you need to have small snippers. If you don't have small snippers, scissors, you can buy the Stampin' Up! Ones. I don't know where mine is. So to fuzzy cut the image like this, you need to like have the snippers or scissors in the same position, and you just rotate the paper. So it depends how you want to have this flower to be cut. Don't need to be precise, just do whatever you feel is good for your card. Okay, so this is the time for assembling the card. So this is the crumb cake layer, and we will glue the pier pizzazz using the Tombow. Okay, so next we need to glue the shimmery white cardstock to the soft suede. With liquid glue you have a few seconds to position the pieces perfectly, so that's why I like to use liquid glue. So right now we have the piece of ribbon look like this. It's about 8 inches, 20 centimeters, and you need just pull out the threads from the center, and you need actually 3 of these if you want to have just the same design as I do, so I need 1 more. Okay, so I already put the tearing tape on the back, and I start to adhere the linen thread from our ribbon. As you can see, the end is here on the center, but it doesn't matter because I will put the flower here so nobody will see it really. So right now we have too much, we can cut it if it's enough to put it on the back, that's fine. You can secure the ends using additional layer of tearing tape, and you can also put the piece of tearing tape here to secure these small ends under the flower. Okay, so from last piece of linen thread I just make the bow, and I curl the ends a little bit using the snippers, and you can also use the bond folder, and I use the glue dots to adhere it on the card like this. To add more dimension to my flower, I just take the bond folder and I curl the edge a little bit. This is optional, but I like this flower more stand out from the card. And you need to put 2 dimensionals on the back, one on the below the sentiment and one on the top, so there will be any problems with adhering this on the top of our thread. So I glue this flower to have like a little bit of the edge, and then we can just make these leaves we punch more dimensional using just our fingers. Nothing more is necessary to make this, and we can glue the leaves under the flower just using the Tombow. If the leaf doesn't fit, you can just tear the piece and will be fine. I add dimensionals on the back, and as you can notice, I add the edge pieces from dimensionals here, just to secure the thread. You can also use the tearing tape or washi tape to secure the ends. And I will glue this piece on the center. To finish this card, I will add pearls and also Wing of Stella on the flower petals. Okay, so here you can see all cards I made. Here I used Daffodil Delight, and here So Saffron. I hope you like it and you give it a try, and if you are new to my channel, please like and subscribe, because I simply need to talk to somebody when I make my monologue tutorials. And if you are interested about dimensions and materials, you can find them in the description below, as well as on my blog, which is thestamp.com. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope to see you soon. Bye! I forgot to mention that if you feel this card look familiar, you actually can find the sample of this card on page 157 on the Stampin' Up! 2018-2019 catalog. But I make this design easier, I think. I use only 2 stamp sets and I don't add additional DSP. Excuse me. And in this original card you have watercolor wash, that's why we using the shimmery white, so you can do this. Here I make very light watercolor wash, but I think it's too much complicated, and yeah. With all this stuff like in the catalog, it's like for crafters forever, like people who crafting so many years. It's not difficult to make the card like this, but the list of materials and the techniques here are super difficult, I feel. So I make this card in the simpler version, so you need to have only 2 stamp sets to make this, but you can also make this card using the Painted Harvest stamp set only, just using your imagination. I will try to make you sample of this card using only 1 stamp set tomorrow. So thank you very much once again, and see you soon. Bye!